So we are now recording the November 20th, 2020 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone.
Happy Friday.
Hello, happy
Yay.
Friday.
Yay. So who did QuickBooks Connect?
I did.
See my picture in the background? That's QuickBooks
cool.
Connect. That's what they did for me.
Very
So
nice.
Ernest and I were kind of talking about it a little bit earlier. It's a double-edged sword having everything virtual. Anyone can attend. You don't have to pay. You can have it on. And Matthew, you're having too much fun there. You don't
I want the
need to
duck
have...
one. Sorry, have you seen that? The duck one where you talk and it looks like you're going.
Were they giving those at Scaling the Heights?
Although you look fogged up all the time, I have to say that. And look at Tiffany with her virtual one. That's cute. And when you're in a virtual world, you have to wear a virtual mask.
Yep.
There you go. That's keeping everyone else safe, Tiffany. Thank you. What does it say?
Huh? What?
Nice.
Oh.
Ernest doesn't blink anymore.
No.
Sure I do.
Looks like he's frozen. So you got the background too, or is that your picture? That's his picture that he put up.
No, he's hiding. He's laying down. There, see?
That's a hand coming out of his chest.
Put it
Yeah,
on.
isn't that a Matthew trick where he does this?
Yeah. Do that again, Ernest.
Yay!
When I went to India, they literally told me every time we'd be taking pictures, they'd be like, "Okay, everybody, do the Matthew." Ha!
So now you have something, you left a legacy in India. Now everyone does the Matthew.
Yeah,
How awesome.
even Ernest.
Even Ernest.
I like that. That was good.
So going virtual and doing QB Connect was great until the phone calls came in and the
Oh,
emails
seriously.
came in and, you know.
I forgot.
Well, that's what I
like,
was telling you before, right? I mean, I had a lot of them on and I would like the accountant's keynote. I got about 10 minutes into the accountant's keynote and then, oh, this fire drill and that fire drill. So, you know, it was really easy just to hit pause and go do the fire drill, right?
Yeah, but then you just like skip right over it and go right to the current thing. So unless you're going to go back and repeat.
Yeah, but it's been nice because I mean, so many times you go to a conference and they've got concurrent sessions going on that you're like, oh, which one do I go to? And now you just go back and watch the one that you missed. I like it.
Right.
Yeah, on that note, Woodard's recordings came out today.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So,
But-
and they are completely, let me just say, they are completely unedited. So, like, I went and looked at the one Sarah did, and literally, like, you know, somebody had turned it on at some point, and, you know, there's like, I think it's like 10 minutes of setup. Like,
Oh,
hey, somebody
wow.
turn the Zoom on. Oh, I think maybe it's already on. And
Wow.
you get about 10 minutes in, and then she actually starts presenting. So,
They even told me they were going to edit that because like when I was setting it up myself, I'm like, okay, I'll just start over a new recording as soon as I'm ready to go. They also, like, for the other sessions, they didn't have cameras for anybody. Like mine, I brought my own camera, so I'd plug it in. So it's literally slides and audio, and that's it for most of the stuff.
yeah.
Wow.
I know that up here, when like with Connect, they chose not to do a bunch of the video recording because the only way they could do it was to have a union member for the facility to actually do it. They had to, so it was just like so costly that they just.
Oh, and I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I know that's the way it is with most conferences, and that's why most conferences don't have recordings because the facilities require the union, and then if you have a union person do the recording, then you've got this fee and that fee, and before you know it, you got tons of fees involved.
So this virtual thing is actually pretty good.
Did anybody do any of the breakouts? Dennis, I know you went to the Avalera, the tax.
I did the QB, the one on QB Advanced or whatever it was. I was taking CPE yesterday. I was on another computer. I was kind of switching back and forth.
Oh, you were
And-
double dipping on the
And sometimes I'd
CPE.
have to have one earplug in one ear and the other ear, so I could.
You know this is
Especially-
being recorded.
especially-
Dennis.
Live
trans-
on YouTube.
Well, especially on the transitions where there was an overlap of time, and I wanted to make sure I answered all the questions, and then didn't want to miss anything on the other one, so I had my earphone and then a small one I hear. So I
I'm
was just
sorry,
kind of
he
switching
actually-
back and forth.
Say for him real quick. What he was saying is he was so enthralled by both of the sessions, and they were actually related. He felt very comfortable being able to attend both at the same time, and really learned a lot.
I
That's
was
what
just,
did,
I was
Matt.
just
They
double
did.
dipping. I mean, it's being efficient. I have to have a
So
certain number.
here's the other thing that I found really interesting. On the when you do the slide thing, look at all the stuff over on the side that's completely like, what? It's gibberish.
Oh, you know why? That's the auto transcription,
Ah, got it.
which that means any conversations you had beforehand and you were mic'd up will be showing up on there.
Wow, that's a little scary.
Gotta be careful what you say.
That's me.
Yeah, really. So as soon as
Right.
you walk in the room, you have to worry about what you're
Hot
saying.
mic, hot mic.
Yeah.
Right? So you think this is just auto transcript?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Positive.
Yeah, well, it's not very good.
Well,
I
isn't
mean,
that what
I started reading through it and it's just not very good. So
isn't that what the blue box at the bottom says? Is that it's the auto transcript?
transcript, resume,
Yeah,
transcript.
because when you
auto-
play
Yeah.
it,
auto
it would
scroll.
all just.
But
scroll
look
while
under
you're
it, it
watching.
says powered by Otter AI.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. So they have a higher end Zoom account. They've probably got use the enterprise one or something of that nature, where that feature can be built in when you're doing the webinar aspect of it.
That's
And then still, because the other part was what they did do, which was interesting, is they were able to live stream directly into their own or embed onto a page of their app, right? That was pretty cool. That's not the easiest thing to do with Zoom, especially if you're trying to use Otter AI at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of interesting though.
That's cool. Cool.
Awesome.
That's inclusion. That's very nice.
So what was your breakout session, Matthew?
A couple of them.
Five,
Yeah.
right?
I was in a total of 8, but 4 of them were the ones that I created, which were PPP variations, how to live stream, and Microsoft Teams. They had fancier titles, but that's the crux of it, of
Just
course.
a bit.
The how to live stream in Teams, I was super stoked on. It was kind of cool doing the how to live stream, taking their Zoom because they were having some difficulties prior. Being able to zoom into a Zoom and then take that and push it to Facebook Live was like,
And I just want you to know that I watched your Zoom in my hotel room
yeah.
So you were zooming in your hotel room. That sounds like a song.
That's cool.
through Facebook, of course.
Pretty, I mean, it was only like, that was only the last 15 minutes of it or so, because I set up ahead of time to purposely show the actual how you do it. But it was neat. It was a lot of fun. There's a lot of good questions in it. And I mean, all the sessions, people had a lot of good questions in it. A lot of good questions.
Matthew, are you not able, but legally, can you post that or portions of it to your website or something like that?
If you don't tell, I won't tell.
This is being
Nice.
recorded.
The answer is no, he cannot.
Oh, sorry.
The
Okay,
live
sorry.
stream part I could, but not the other stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how he's protecting that or if he is, so that would be kind of interesting.
Kind of hard to protect live streaming.
Yeah, I don't know that you can because you're not monetizing it and you're putting it out there to the public.
Well, and keep in mind, the part that I'm talking about for sure, like there was the people that paid to attend, they got to see the whole thing through Zoom and they were right there, right? And then for just a small section of it, I actually pushed that to live stream, which was being done as an educational purpose. But once it's on the internet, it's always on the internet. And they knew I was doing that. So,
Yeah.
but
Got it.
I don't know. It's a good question. Like with the other sessions, it would be great to be able to use it, but I actually feel that with the way they may have been done, Ernest, you'll probably agree, we
Yeah, I
could
can see it,
re-record
Ernest.
it.
Maybe if you produce a small one, seems like that would get a lot of web views. I certainly would run over there and look at it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was interesting. So I did a lot of brain dates during QB Connect, or not a lot, actually. I did some. And I actually, everyone that I scheduled got booked up quickly. So I stopped scheduling them because I'm like, oh, I'll just send them to the recorded version because, you know, that's much more polished. But they were supposed to come out with it yesterday. So I was kind of bummed that it didn't come out till today, but I'm still going to throw it up there, especially now with what Shannon just told me.
For those of you watching later, Shannon said,
You can play with it.
Ernest, you're a great presenter. I look forward to seeing more stuff from you in the future.
Dun, dun, dun.
So comparing the two, Scaling New Heights in person, right, versus QuickBooks Connect remote, I will say I was really impressed with the way they handled the technology with QuickBooks Connect. I mean, this stuff was pre-recorded, but it's still the way that you have to grab and tie the things together and shift it over and then do other things. It works really well. It really did. I wish there was more chat stuff that could have been happening along the side at the same
Yes.
time.
Yeah, I
That
missed that. I mean,
engaging.
there
Um,
was certain ways to chat, but you had to go out of the chat. I mean, what you were in.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Um,
They didn't turn on the chat feature. It was only the Q&A. And all I saw in the Q&A was, I didn't get that CPE question. How many have they shown already? Is this valid for CPE? It's just like, seriously.
I think
I
they
know.
turned it on towards the end though, because towards like the last 2 sessions, I was able to see chat
Yeah.
at the same time.
In the charcuterie board, in that one,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
those, yeah, that's all they put it on for. Because
well.
if you notice, those ones
Uh-huh.
were actually embedded in the platform. It wasn't actually a Zoom meeting.
Oh, okay.
So you could chat, yeah.
I still think that was their way to give us dinner. Like all the different like sessions, they had a coffee thing in the morning. That was your breakfast,
Yes.
right? So thanks for feeding us.
Yeah. Did you watch the Magic guy?
Yeah, Ving, he was really good.
He was really good. Yeah, I actually,
Vin?
yeah,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
I didn't watch the Magic Hack one. I watched like the charcuterie board for that, but I did the magician, Vin. He's
Yeah.
good. Did you sign up for his free session?
Fudge. No, maybe I can pull some magic and get it to still work.
Yeah.
I have the link and all that. We did
you did.
so after QB Connect, there was a group of us that got together and did a recap of the
Yeah,
whole
QB
thing.
Connect.
Right.
Yeah. And that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We pulled that together in like the night before, basically. Like, did we do this? So
Oh my gosh. I'm just looking at some of the transcript, Ernest,
Yeah.
to grab some food before they put it away. God knows what hour they will not have food left right here.
Did you really say that? Oh my gosh, yeah. Some of that's got to be hilarious.
You don't need to have a container. I can eat it immediately.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Really?
All right, now I have to go look.
Good, get rid of that thing. Rerun.
Are people actually saying that, or is that just some sort of random?
No, somebody
That's
saying
just
that.
people chatting, that they should not, I don't really.
It
think
was
they should-
Ernest talking. It was him on the mic.
He was hungry.
Hey, yeah, I had 3 people around me, so maybe it wasn't me.
You had some pretty full sessions, right? Your first one was challenging because of technology, but the other ones I heard just kicked rear.
Oh yeah, and we have to talk about the fact that let's talk later about the email I got today from Woodard.
This is, I think, my lesson, because it vibrates occasionally in the morning. Live, right? There's a lot of things that I'm not very happy with him Ronco bed right now.
Oh man, I should have pointed those
cleaned
out.
that up.
I
2
think,
more
okay,
minutes.
so
You pull it.
Oh man.
Wow.
Okay, the school bell has rung. Good morning.
Ow. I'm free to look at mine. Hey, the fun of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, certainly anything at the very beginning of mine was like, I know that, I think for the Power Query one,
Well,
you know,
and
I got in there, I got all set up, and then I went and got food, right?
And some of this,
Obviously, we can tell.
it can't be transcribed right, because it says, make sure you get this carrot here. Okay, there you go. 2, 3.
Wow,
Well,
very
I-
interesting.
I use Otter AI to transcribe my videos before they go on YouTube. And my assistant always has to go and make corrections. Even dial pad transcription.
All of them.
Well, Jamie will take a call for me and he'll just copy and paste and send me the transcription. I'm like, I don't know what the heck this call was about. I can't read this.
I think the benefit is supposed to be that you don't have to type everything, right? So
Right.
it's trying to get better, and it will learn your language over time with some of them, but none of them are 100% perfect, which is why you have like Rev that charges so much money to do them correctly. But that's where
Yeah.
Fiverr comes into play.
Well, my assistant, she's getting pretty good
Happy dinner.
about,
See ya. Bye. Chat later.
it only takes her twice as long as the video to transcribe it. So I think that's pretty good when we use Otter.
I would agree. I'd rather send it to somebody at Fiverr and have them do it if I can. But I mean, I guess it's the same thing. It's a lot of effort. What I have found is more recently with the live streams to Facebook, when you set up your live stream, you can turn on the auto caption there. Now, I haven't had the chance to look at them, so we could be talking about plates and dishes and carrots in my live streams also, but I think they're okay. We'll find out.
Someone will tell you now.
Now I'm going to go look now that I'm thinking about it. Plus,
I was kind of looking at it. It looks like it might have been before I ever even got there. Because you look at the timeline and there's a big gap in the timeline.
oh, yeah, because what they would do is they'd go to the room and they would make sure, okay, log in, are you set up? And it would automatically start to record, and you could have easily been 10 minutes ahead of time until you actually got started. So that's a good point.
But my question is, why didn't they cut it? Why didn't they edit it and start the things when the meetings actually started? I don't know anything about editing, but I'm thinking it's not that hard.
No, you start it and you figure out where people actually start talking about stuff that makes sense, and you go, hi-ya!
Well, I'll just own up to the fact that maybe it was me kind of putting pants on fire kind of thing, because I reached out to him on day one of QB Connect, and I was like, where are the live stream sessions? You know, it would be really good to point people to them And I would think that it would be good for you guys too, you know, and I actually got a response back like, yeah, you know what, good idea. We're going to get right on that. So I feel like instead of just that one session that I was talking about, that would have been easy to, you know, call out that they went, yeah, let's push them all out there quickly. So that they could get them in there before, you know, the end of QuickBooks Connect. But
Good job, Ernest. Thank you.
yeah, I'm sure it's my fault.
No, come on, man.
No. It's trying to be humble. Let
Oh,
me try.
it probably
I'll
is,
actually try.
Ernest.
Yeah.
It's totally your fault.
Absolutely, I'm sure it is.
So Gina, did you see both?
No, actually I did not. I only saw QB Connect.
What was your favorite thing from QB Connect?
The fact that I could put it on my second screen and let it play while I was actually doing work. You know, it just made it easier to be able to do that. You know, I didn't have to, you know, it's a double-edged sword. You know, you want to pay attention, but you know, there's also the thing that is work pulling on you too that you need to get done. You know, as much as I'd like to be able to stop and you know, play all day, I still need to work.
Yep.
Matthew,
Yeah,
what did you think of DocuSign? Did you watch that one?
Did I watch, pardon me, which?
DocuSign.
I got about 10 minutes into it and I turned it off, but
That was about where I got with it too. I was interested in it.
It was
Didn't
interesting.
look at it,
They were
but
talking about the statistics about, you know, not the volume of digital information now with the COVID.
The new commerce is that's being introduced. It looks very interesting. I want to see how they're doing. And I mean, I know it's Trade Gecko behind the scenes, but how is it actually working and how well? Their pricing structure on it's interesting. If you look at their page, it's starting off for new users, which they made it sound like new QuickBooks users and the other, $20 a month for the first 12 months. Otherwise, it's like $200 a month, which in e-commerce, that's pretty common for those type of like connectors. But that's only 2 channels and limitations on how many like products you can sell through there also.
that's tough.
Yeah, but it's a big pain point because it's really hard. Otherwise, if you're doing Shopify and Amazon and this and that, to make sure you've got your inventories updated across all platforms. So
Right.
I thought that was probably the coolest thing that was coming.
I'm still watching sales tax. I'm still interested in sales tax. That is such a headache for people, and the solution is so very costly that many people can't afford it. I just, you know, it's one of those things where you can't afford to do it and you can't afford not to do it. You get caught one time and that's the end.
The state of Washington combines the B&O tax with the sales tax form. So in QuickBooks, it's kind of hard to track because it assumes everything's a debit against the liability, and part of that is a debit for the expense. So you have to go and manually adjust it in QBO in QuickBooks.
Well, unless you use QBO tax themselves, it's difficult to get any type of tax reporting out of QBO. The reports from QBO just are nowhere near what you can do with desktop.
Agreed.
I was watching the one on QuickBooks Advanced, and they're talking about Fathom. That sounded kind of interesting.
Fathom has been one of the things in there since the beginning, but it's their advanced reporting, and it seems like it's really good if you have to consolidate books and roll things up. It's not really strong for the transactional line item type details, but they're doing a great job building out additional reporting and functionality. Like the new report thing they've got coming up, they were showing. That's exciting to me. That's
Now, does that come with the Pro Advisor membership? Is a subscription to Fathom, or do you have to have? I kind of got the sense it was, but she had to ask to have it activated.
It comes with QBO Advanced.
Yeah, I know
as
I
part
that.
of it.
think at one point you used to get a free period, like not a forever free account with Fathom, but that was a long time ago. I don't think they've offered that in the last several years.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess my question is, why does Intuit not give, maybe they do, why do they not give a QBO Advanced to every Pro Advisor?
Initially, what was discussed was because they had these different subscription-based portions of it, that they didn't have a great way to do so. Because it's been definitely talked about a lot.
Use it
Yeah,
yourself,
it's like, I'm not gonna recommend something until I'm comfortable with it, right? I mean,
Right.
it's just a reality, right? I
Yeah.
have a reputation. I can't go, oh yeah, go try that. That's really awesome. I've never used it, but I hear it's really cool.
Yeah, they
I've
say
seen a couple of
Intuit's-
demos that were
yeah.
sexy,
Intuit says it's great. Take their word for it.
right?
They paid me to say I like it. You should try it.
Right.
Are we still
Yeah.
recording?
Well, speaking of free
Not a long time.
subscriptions, does anybody else feel guilty? Or I shouldn't say anybody else. Does anybody feel guilty about all the free tools that we get as accountants that we have to then have our clients pay for? Because I don't.
What do you mean?
What are you talking about that you get free that clients have to pay?
Oh, we get the QuickBooks Online free. We get T-Sheets free. I don't even know how many things I get for free just because I'm an accountant.
I-
No,
Effectively,
because we have to
you're-
learn how to use it before we can support the client. So
Plus-
no, in a word, no, short and
Plus you're,
sweet.
you're
But
effectively a
what about
sales rep
things
too.
like, well, what about things like Nimble CRM? You get that for free if you're an accountant, or at least I did.
What is
What-
it?
What
They
is it?
like you better.
I had a free Nimble CRM.
That was because you were on with Seth that time, right?
Oh, that might be,
Yeah,
but no, I'm just trying to think of some of the other tools that I've gotten for free that aren't necessarily serving my clients related.
yeah, but the difference is you're supporting your clients and you need to know how to use it efficiently and well to be able to support your clients. And the better you know it, the more you're going to say, hey, I think this is here and would really serve you well, especially things like T-sheets,
Yeah, in a lot of ways, it's actually very inexpensive marketing because once you've actually raised your hand and said, yeah, I'm kind of interested in that, if you actually learn it and are invested in it, that is the tool you're going to recommend to people.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Which is
Especially
kind of
if you
why
have
I
a client
kind of
that's
brought up
just
the
like
original-
using Excel, please.
That's why I brought up the original point. I'm like, why did they not give out, the advanced version? It's like, if
Yeah.
that's where their focus is that's where they want to push people. I mean, if I were like, oh, I think I'll dork around with something over the Thanksgiving holiday, I might poke in there and become more familiar with it and be more, apt. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I would be more apt to recommend something that I actually do. And I'm not going to recommend it at all right now because it's just a great big question mark in my head.
I would agree. Before actually jumping in and playing with it, I mean, I didn't like it or enjoy, like I didn't understand the benefit of it. And it wasn't until I really got my hands in there to see what you could do with it, did I start talking about it. And
Yeah.
it's not a cheap price point. Not to mention we don't have the ability through advanced to run our firm, right? So what we're actually asking for is a QBOA, I guess.
Well, or a
double
sample
A.
company. That we can
1A short of AAA.
Yeah, sample company, that makes sense.
Because we would need,
Oh, yeah, totally.
if we could get the advanced features in ours, you know what I mean? So like, because we're using QuickBooks Online Accountant, yeah, we have our books in there, but that's kind of, maybe it's just UI, but it's built in that way that the client list becomes the clients above. So they actually have to create code to make all of the features of Advanced actually available and exist in our books also. So maybe that's why.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is, I mean, if they wanted to filter it to people that are in the elite tier,
Right.
right? It's like,
Amen.
right? I mean, that would be a place to start. Okay, maybe we don't want to give it away for free for any Joe Schmo that actually signs up. But, by the time you hit platinum or, elite, okay, you're not just kind of Sally come lately, just join, the crew, and, you're not really an advocate. You've actually been around the block, you've got some certifications and their clients or something, right, is going right, so that you're kind of in that, I don't want to say influencer tier because you're the only real influencer here, Matthew. But
Thanks, Ernest. No, just kidding.
I knew I'd get in trouble with that somehow.
He meant you actually.
But I mean, does that make sense? Yeah.
It does. The points. How about they actually make it where we can do something with them? Right?
Yeah.
You get to the certain level, when you have more and more points, what's the point?
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
you should be able to turn your points in for free swag or something, right?
Save them up like you're like the arcade. Oh, I got more tickets. Right? It'd be cool that way.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
and
some-
and not even everybody that's on the elite tier wants to even have access to advance, because I'm on the elite tier and I have zero interest in advance. I'm actually looking forward to when I lose my elite tier status, because that means I'm not doing bookkeeping anymore.
I don't do bookkeeping at all, and I still have the elite tier, just FYI.
I haven't really done bookkeeping in over a year, and I'm still elite. So,
Hello,
hi, Linda.
I got the mic. I was on with Microsoft support for the last hour and a half.
Success?
Yes, yes. We now
Yay.
have, what happened is, I didn't understand there was Windows Outlook and there was Microsoft 365 Outlook. And I was running the Windows 365. Anyway, we had
Kind of like QuickBooks Desktop or QuickBooks Online.
yeah, it's like, and he could tell by the picture. So it's still a little bit odd. I really don't quite exactly understand it, but it looks like it's going to sync.
Nice.
And all of a sudden, like a light bulb went on. So are you still recording? No?
We are,
Yes.
I'm about to end. I was going to ask what everyone's doing for the Thanksgiving holiday.
Putting up Christmas decorations.
Putting up Christmas decorations. I know people that already have them up. I
So
have,
do I, actually.
yeah.
In Minnesota, you do it when the weather's nice. You don't wait for Thanksgiving. There was so many people. So we had the bad snowstorms in the end of October. When we had our 50s and 60s and 70s after that, everybody was out putting their Christmas lights on their house.
Yeah,
So
it's so funny you say
Thanksgiving
that.
and Christmas are merged.
So it's so funny you say that, Shannon, because obviously moving from California to Idaho, I have actually seen a marked difference in that, because, there have been quite a few people that are like, no, it's not because I love Christmas so much. It's I hate climbing around on a ladder when it's snowing outside. So
Mhm.
And that's why you buy LED strips that you can change the colors on. You can turn them to a single white color all year and then turn them to Christmas colors the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Jamie's
hope
kids are
they-
coming over for Thanksgiving. So
Nice.
that's what we're doing.
Nice.
So you're actually having people that aren't in your household coming over for Thanksgiving?
The
Yes,
police are
but
gonna come.
Family.
their family.
Got
And
it. I
Is
got
there a
that.
hotline
if
that I
if
could-
we have too many households, they're just instructed to leave their phones at home.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Is that how they track you, is by the phones? It's really funny because here in California, Gavin Newsom is
But
saying.
I
that
don't
they're
know.
coming and
I
arresting-
might be in trouble. Do you think?
Would you confiscate them?
I mean, how many people do they think live here?
Aren't there new restrictions in California now on wearing masks and that? I thought I saw something on
Yeah, but we don't have to wear them in the house with the dog.
the, oh,
Oh, but there are people that think that we should wear them 24/7, whether we're
Well,
alone or not.
They're welcome to, and I'm not going to argue with them. They can wear theirs 24/7. I don't wear mine in the house. Actually, I don't wear it outside the house in the yard with all the neighbors, none of whom have had COVID. And I am set up for another test on Monday at 12 noon to prove that I don't have it so that I may visit a friend
Nice.
on Thanksgiving. I may not. In California, the weather's been in the 70s, so it's been very nice. And we have 100 feet by 15 feet of lawn in between two apartment buildings. And nobody here has gotten it. So we're talking about if it's really nice, we may just put a whole line of tables down the 100 feet and eat outside.
but it's quite
got it.
different. It's quite
That's the
different in
message
Europe.
to
I mean,
Gavin
you have to get
Newsom.
permission to go out, and you can only go out certain times of the day, and
Are they still doing that in Europe?
they're going back.
Oh,
In Spain and France, I believe, you have to,
yeah.
you can download it, you pay, and then you download a card or something on your phone. So if you're stopped by the police, you can,
Show that.
How does that work
Yeah,
with
but
GDPR?
you're limited for, like, you have to get it done in an hour or two.
Yeah,
At
you're
least
limited.
that's what it used to be.
yeah, and you're limited by the distance you can go.
Yeah, you're allowed to go here, but not there. It reminds me when I was a teenager driving the car, my father would say, and I will know where you are, you know. Anyway, but.
So it's going to be a Zoom Thanksgiving for me. That's how I'll be seeing my kids,
Yeah,
you know.
well, Zoom is
What
better
it'll
than
be.
nothing.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
is.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for Zoom.
Yeah,
For the
I'll be
fir-
on a bunch of Zooms on Thanksgiving, I think.
For the first time in 35 years, I'm not going to my sister's house for Thanksgiving because of the COVID. We thought everybody agreed it's just too dangerous because there's people I haven't seen. I see like maybe once a year. And I have no
Yeah.
idea where they go, who they're exposed to. So
Right, right.
My
I think
daughter's
a lot of
home.
traditions are going to be broken this year.
Yeah. Somebody was saying yesterday on one of my Zooms that they were thinking about having lobster for Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm thinking like, oh,
awesome.
that sounds really good.
It does.
have a Thanksgiving pizza, maybe put some turkey on it.
There you go.
So,
All righty. Well, on that note, we're going to sign off for today. Everyone have a wonderful holiday. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
we will.
We will see you same time, same place next week.
Sounds good. The day after
Bye.
Thanksgiving.